Okay, so we're going to do a little review here on some of these products. I just got these. This is a repurchase, but I thought I'd show it to you guys because it's really a super fantastic eyeliner made by Milani. And hopefully my camera will focus in here. This is a 24-hour, long-acting, long-wearing, waterproof mascara. And honestly, this is as good as the Inglot gel liner that I used to wear constantly for a fraction of the cost. I absolutely love it. This is like my fourth bottle of this stuff, but I wanted to show it to you guys because I thought it was worth the mention. So I thought I'd go ahead and give this one a try. This is from Wet and Wild. Come on, camera, focus in. So this is the H2O waterproof, okay, black liner. And I thought I'd definitely give this one a try today. I'm going to actually wear this one on my makeup look today. So I'm going to give that a go. Then I thought I would try this, because there was a sale at my CVS, so I thought I would try this Wet and Wild brow pencil. And this is in a very, very light shade. I'm going to swatch this for you guys here in a moment, but as you can see, it's in a very light shade, and it has a little spoolie at the end. So I thought I'd try that. Another Wet n Wild product. I just love these Wet n Wild lipsticks, and they're so affordable. This shade is so pretty. And this is in the shade, I'll turn it around here. Hopefully the camera will focus in. There you go, guys. I'm going to wear this one today with the look that I'm going to be doing. And then this Rimmel eyeshadow. And this e.l.f. highlighter. Now, highlighters are all over the place today, guys. This is a baked highlighter from e.l.f. And I've heard other people rant and rave about it, and I've heard other people complain about it. So we're going to give this a try today, though, on the look that I'm going to create. So, yeah, let's get started on what these things swatch like, shall we? So first up, I'm going to show you this that I've already tried. This is my tried and true eyeliner. This is something that I'm probably always going to have around, although I love the Inglot. Inglot is really my favorite. This is honestly a fantastic alternative to the Inglot gel eyeliner. And although this brush is a very thick brush, you can see that, you can, if you need to, you can produce a finer line. So the brush tip is, in my opinion, leaves a little bit to be desired. If you can see how the tip is, not the best tip in the world. Yes, it works, and I have other eyeliner brushes that I use in conjunction with this, but once this stuff sets, guys, it is absolutely amazing in its performance. I don't get any peeling, flaking, any irritation whatsoever, and I do have very, very sensitive eyes. So if an eyeliner contains the wrong kind of chemicals, I mean, my eyes will swell up and be a mess. So I'm not going to tout that this is hypo non-allergenic, okay? But I will tell you that it is a fantastic product, and I've had no issues with it whatsoever. So we're going to let that dry, and I'll show you how that becomes completely smudge-proof once it's dry. So then, to do a side-by-side comparison, we're going to run this one right beside it. And this is the one by Wet n Wild. And this is cheaper yet than this one, and you're getting the same amount of product, no matter which delivery system you decide to go to. But because I do like Wet n Wild products, I thought, well, we'll give this one a go too, right? And eyeliner is something that you have to constantly be replacing. So as I look at this tip on this has got a fairly large tip. Come on, camera, focus. Focus, camera. There we go. You can see this has got a fairly large tip. I don't know if that's a felt tip or a brush tip, but we'll do a side-by-side right here. We'll run a swatch. Ooh, okay, maybe I need to mix that product up a little bit. Let me shake it up a little bit, guys. Okay, so I shook the container very well, and now we're going to try this again. And I wiped away the swatch. As you can see, I accidentally bumped the other one there, but that's all right. So we're going to go ahead and try this again and see what we get here. Okay, you can make a really fine line with this. This is a felt tip, guys, versus a brush head, and it's a stiff felt tip. It's very stiff, so, and you can see as you thin out the line, the product also becomes thinner. So might need to do a little bit more mixing on this one, but we'll see how smudge-proof it becomes once it's all dry. So, so obviously, heads up, before you use this one, you need to shake it. This one doesn't require that. This one just, pull the brush out and apply. But this one, obviously, you're going to have to shake the bottle because it came out like oily when I first brought it out. You guys saw. So I'm going to shake it up a little bit more, and because that is something I'm going to be using today with the look. All right, so now we're going to jump to this Wet n Wild brow pencil, and this is in a very, very light shade. As a matter of fact, they're calling it, I believe, I don't know, something ash or auburn or ginger or something like that. Yeah, ginger roots. I just thought this looked like a good ashy color, so I thought I would give this a try. I won't be wearing this today, but I will be wearing it in other looks. And you can see that, it does have a ginger look to it. So you ladies with, light ginger hair, blonde hair, this would probably be a really good brow thing for you. I love the fact that it has this spoolie on the other end for you to, blend your product out with. And just to give you an idea, you can see how light you can make that become. So, all right, now let's move on to another Wet n Wild product, and that's this Lippy, which I thought was just a beautiful color. And this is in the shade, come on camera, focus in. I love it when it plays games like this. There we go. Sugar Plum Fairy, right? So let's see what that looks like in a swatch. The lid is quite tight. Just look at that color. And this is showing very true to color in the camera, guys. Although I know it's not focusing well, but really a nice dark plum. Let's see what it swatches like. There's one pass. So it does not swatch exactly like it looks in the tube. That's not been the case with a lot of these. A lot of these that I've bought, it swatches just exactly how it looks in the tube. So you can see this one comes off a little lighter. Let's give it a couple passes like you would on your lips. It's really pretty though. I really love the shade. I'm going to be wearing this shade today in this look that I'm going to be creating. So for some reason it's looking really berryish. The camera is showing it a little bit more red tinted than it really is in real life. In real life it's got just a hint more blue tone to it. But for some reason on my skin and this camera and this light is showing you guys it's just a little bit more reddish. But it really isn't. It pulls more blue in real light, in real life. So you'll see what that looks like on my lips today, because if you watch this next video, the Get Ready With Me video, you'll see that product in use. So now we're going to bust into this e.l.f. highlighter and let you guys get a look at that. And as you can see, really looks really shimmery, right? But this is a baked product. So a lot of times these baked products, when you try to apply it with your finger, as you can see, it doesn't pick up a lot of product with your finger in a finger swatch, okay? We'll run that right here. And as you can see, you know, it does do some highlight. I don't think it's by any means of the imagination over the top. There's a second swatch. So it is buildable. Okay, that's just with your finger, all right? Now let's try a brush. Let's get a brush into that so you guys can see what happens when you take a brush to, now you can see it, as the light hits it, as I move my hand, you can see that it shows a lot more pow, right? When the light hits it. So let's try using a brush in that. And this is a synthetic brush, guys. It's fairly soft. This is what is this? This is a Jessup brush by Jessup. Okay, so that's what I'm using here just to pick up the product. And go right over the swatch that we already had. See, so this is one of those that's really, really buildable. Depending on, you know, whether or not you want a soft look or a more pow in your face, boom, highlighter look, you can see how you can build that. I really like how it's, you know, basically my flesh tone. So we'll go right beside it with, and you can see, you know, boom, lots of it layered on top of each other, and then just one swipe right there. So you can build it however you want it. I think I'm going to be real happy with that. I can't remember if this was $3 or $4, but, you know, heck of a good buy, really. All right, now let's get into this Rimmel eyeshadow, right? This one isn't giving a specific color, but I have tried several eyeshadows in this shade. I love using a white base, like right underneath my brow. And I also like using shadows like this to help a highlighter, and I'll show you what I mean by that. But you can see this just has a bit of shimmer. When you finger swatch it, it doesn't come off highly pigmented. It doesn't come off like you know, a ton of product comes onto your finger. It feels like when I put my finger into it, it's not dry. It's not a dry powdery product. As you can see, you don't see a bunch of, you know, fallout when I run my finger over it, you know. It's not kicking up a ton of product. So this is a product that, you know, is definitely buildable. So let's see, where should I run my swatch for that? Let's run a swatch here. So you can see, it can see how it can kind of disappear into your skin with one. It's there, now it's not. It's there, now it's not. Now, I actually bought this shadow just thinking I was going to use it as a brow bone highlight, but I may also use it in conjunction with a highlighter. So let's grab this brush I'm going to use. There's the side that I used before. I'm going to use this other side to get into this with. So, yeah, use the clean side here. So let's use a brush on this and see what we get when we pick up the product that way. So there's how much product it picked up on the brush. Now let's swatch it. I'll swatch it right over the top of this other where I originally. So see, it's definitely very, very buildable, okay? So this is something like if you want to use in conjunction with another highlight, because that's what a lot of people don't realize. They go and buy these highlighters and they don't realize that sometimes some of these shadows will do exactly the same thing as a highlighter. Now you see how that blends into my skin tone there, and sometimes my skin tone is really, really pale on my face. So if I wanted to build that up, all right, which is what I'm going to do, I'm going to take and put this right over the top. Now, boom, you see that? So this is going to be a lot more noticeable for building, you know, Look what happens when you put that right over the top. It's like, wow. Now you're going to be super highlighted, right? Let's blend it a little bit. And that definitely lightened up the skin. So you can see what that'll do. And there is some, you see there's some off the brush head because I really dug into that product with this brush. But there isn't a lot of kick up with this product or this. So this comes off like a baked product. There wasn't much in the description. It came just like this with Spanish on the back, which, you know, I guess I'm going to have to buy some interpretation for. At any rate, that's it, guys. That's my review on these products. And let's go ahead and see if we can smudge those eyeliners. As you can see, that right there at the very end is still wet. So we won't go there, but we'll go down here and see what we get. So there you go, guys. You can see that those are, now that smudge is from me earlier, removing that one, all right? Now what I'm seeing right here with this, this is the Wet and Wild one right here. And what I'm seeing with that is, as you can see how it ran into my skin and did some, I don't know what you call that, see where it's bleeding into my skin line there? That's something you don't want your eyeliner to do, so,
I torture you.